Yo, welcome to Heal. Ride.
We're back.
With me, Jake, and him, Jason. And today, we're talking about old bands.
It's a mad shitter. Picasa.
That's straight liquid. Let's eat burritos at 1 in the morning.
But you're the only one pissing out your butt.
Yeah, he is.
Bands that I think the majority, or is any of yours still playing?
No. None of them. None of them are still playing. I think a lot of mine will probably be a little more recent because, like, some of mine are like, I don't know, they're not that old. Like within the last probably like 5 years, but some of them are really old. So I got a good little mix.
Mine are more set in like a 10 years type of deal, 10 to 15 years, which would make sense. That's when we were at the height of like what we were doing shit or whatever. So like that's who we were seeing, who we were playing with.
I never left, man. I've been here. I've been here holding it down.
Yeah.
I kind of left and came back. So
I mean, like, obviously I was still here. I didn't we didn't dissipate into the ether and come back. Like we were still going to shows and stuff. It's just we weren't in a band anymore.
Yeah.
We were on a technicality. We never R.I.P'd on MySpace, but like, who knew when we were ever going to play again type thing.
So did you want to go in like any particular order? Because I don't know if I know my number one.
I didn't do it, but I didn't rank it like this is the most important. This is or whatever.
Well, I didn't think of it as the most important, but to me it was like personally like my favorite local and regional bands of all time. I say all time, but dude, I haven't been here since fucking, you know what I mean? I'm sure there are way fucking older bands that I've never even heard of before or some shit, you know?
Are you picking up that wind? I got these windows open.
I can't hear anything. No.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there's some older ones that I would even consider putting in my list that I never personally saw, but what they did like impacted me a lot. And I'm friends with a lot of them. But yeah, I just went with the ones that like we played with, we were friends with, we were around, we watched. They did really cool shit. They played really good music, and some of them got a little bit of the cream out there that people know about and stuff like that. Maybe some of them don't. So,
so you want to go first, or?
Yeah, that's me. Be loose. And it's in this moment I'm realizing I fucked up. Right before we started the podcast, Jason told me that he had stuff written out for every single band, and I said, I did not do that. I thought, in my mind, we were just presenting bands, but he's made emotional connections and lore for his, and right now you see a man scrambling, trying to remember everything about every single band that he's about to present to the world. Can I do it? I don't know. But we're taking this ride together now, okay? Do I got the magic one more time? Am I gonna drop a hit or make a shit?
Yeah, and these are in no particular order or anything like that. They're just like the bands that I liked a lot when we were like younger and playing, going to shows and stuff like that maybe aren't around anymore. I think one of them might be, I don't know. So I should probably look into that, like, while we're doing this. But, yeah, so my first one, I guess, would be The False Prophets. Well, the fucking redemption ride is over, motherfuckers, because guess what? I'm not even talking about false prophets. I know I said false prophets, but guess what? This part is about the living saints. The living saints. All right? So, yeah. I am upset with myself now. From Huntington, West Virginia, which is fuck. It's basically Rat Ship, pre-Rat Ship,
okay.
Or whatever. And it's definitely more in the vein of like more rock and roll style, like more traditional rock and roll style. I even talked to Brendan, who was their drummer towards the end of them, I guess, playing and stuff, which we were really good friends. And he was like, yeah, we just basically ripped off Foo Fighters when it came to musical stylings and shit like that. I was like, I could kind of see that, but you guys are really good. I always thought it was really good. Hell, I should have brought the tape. I still have their cassette tape from back then or whatever. And yeah, it was always good. Vocal styling is more like Leatherfacey, like guttural, like gruff sounding, like, which is is a styling that was really popular in punk rock, and a lot of people do it. Actually, Paul's a big fan of doing it. He does that like gruff style singing. And yeah, man.
Was Garrett in that one?
Huh?
Was Garrett in that one?
No, Garrett wasn't in it. So that's the difference. Like Garrett wasn't in it, and like Brendan was in it, I guess, or whatever. Brendan wasn't in it the entire time, but like that's the lineup I knew. I've always liked, the stallion of Huntington, Cody, as a friend, as a good musician, and somebody just like was pretty chill to be around. And he let me swim in his pool a couple times back then too. So they made the
That's always a plus, man. Whenever a friend has a pool.
Yeah.
So my number 5 band called Beyond All Hope. Don't know if you remember them. They were
Beyond All Hope. Or Hope?
Beyond All Hope.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember it.
So, all right, this is going to show my age a little bit. But, okay, so back before Spotify and fucking all that shit, like when I was in high school, we had fucking portable CD players, right? So we'd have big CDs. And I think it was like my friend Chris gave me a CD or swapped me a CD or something. Chris Reiner, I don't know if you know him. He comes to some of our shows and stuff. He's from Huntington.
Yeah, I know him. I'm really bad with names.
I think it was him.
I've done some research, but
I'm pretty sure he let me borrow a CD, and it had Beyond All Hope on it. I had no idea they were a fucking local band. I was just like, yo, this shit's fucking sick, you know what I mean? Who is this? And he told me, but I still didn't know they were a local band. Years later, I ended up in a band with their original drummer, Nathan. And like, he was like, yeah, I was in Beyond All Hope and stuff like it. Well, I saw him a couple times, or whatever, but like that was before all this. So like, I kind of fast forward. I saw him, found out they were a local band and shit like that. And then I joined a band that Nathan was drumming in. And, we got talking or whatever. Come to find out he used to be in Beyond All Hope. And I was like, yo, no fucking way. That's so sick. Well, it's cool, dude. Like, then me and him became, like, really good friends. We even lived together for, like, a few years and stuff like that. I used to go to his fucking mom's house. Yeah. Yeah. He had, like, no business playing the shit we were playing because he came from that to, like, jamming with us, and it was like me and Brad Kincaid, and we were like fresh out of fucking high school, you know what I mean? We fucking sucked. You just sucked dick. Yeah. And like Nathan's like over there fucking ripping, playing pop punk where he was playing all this crazy shit. But check them out, man. Beyond All Hope, good guys. Fucking, I don't know if they're still playing. I think they teased something a while back about getting together or some shit, but I don't know if anything ever became of it. Fucking, their other drummer, Brett. Yeah, I don't know if you knew him from back in the day. He was fucking nasty ass drummer. They always had like the best fucking drummers. But yeah, that's my number 5, Beyond All Hope. What you got?
This is a big one. This is the one I'm not 100% sure if they're still playing or not. I think everybody else is kind of R.I.P. or on hiatus. But this one, I did play multiple shows with in Morgantown. They're kind of like a staple of Morgantown punk rock for a long, long time. You can find their music on Bandcamp and on Spotify, but it's like same songs with different. It's weird. I don't know how that's set up with them or what's going on. But it's False Prophet. Have you heard of False Prophet?
Lost Prophets?
Huh?
Lost Prophets?
False prophet, not lost prophet. No. None of that weird shit. These guys are fucking badass. They're really cool. Rippers. Smart lyrics, like engaging lyrics and shit like that. It's like made me jealous the first time we played with them and heard them. Is because when I first started, I wanted to be like Bad Religion. I was like, I want to be smart like Greg Graffin and talk about politics in a cool way and melodies and stuff. And it's like, not at all. That's not me. Like, and I had to figure that out. But it's like, oh, they did have like a sense of that. They did have like a way about that, and like they were really good at that. They're really talented, really cohesive. Like, really just they fucking ripped. Like every time I've ever seen them, every time we played with them, they fucking brought it every single time. For a good minute, they were like the best punk rock band in like Morgantown in that area in like the mid 2000s. Like if you're looking for straight up punk rock or skate punk, like they were that band. No doubt about it. I don't think anybody would disagree.
So you said they're on Spotify and Bandcamp?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Or
weird.
any of them? Or any of them? Like, I know the band's probably not active, but do you know if any of the people are doing anything right now?
So I didn't really even know them. Like,
Gotcha. Okay.
they were just like the first band that I saw that like we played with that was like from West Virginia. They're like, I don't know. They weren't like a shitty local band to me in my, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, like, or like my friends already. Like, and I was like, damn, they're really fucking, I don't know. They're that to me.
It's like shit that you would listen to anyway, even if they weren't from here. Like,
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So this one's a little weird for me, but I mean, if you know me, you know I'm not just into fucking hardcore metal. Like, as a matter of fact, I like a lot of different crazy shit. But there's a band called Scenes from a Movie. I don't know if you've heard them. They're from Huntington, all right? Yeah. So, yeah, they, I remember...
I don't know them, but I know them, like, yeah.
Well, I became friends with a few of them, but they're another band that I was in high school. I knew they were a local band or whatever, but they used to open for a lot of bands around here, you know, whenever a big band would come. They were a high-end band, you know what I mean? So they would open for all the bands that, like, came down and, you know, came to our area and shit like that. And I always thought they were just fucking, like, too good to be just a local band.
Listen up and listen close. Okay, so maybe I wasn't clear enough with the words that I chose. Now I'm asking you, I'm begging you, just so everyone knows. Oh, I'm daring you to say something original. Give it up and oh, I know words are failing you, but sweetie, sometimes it's just how it goes. Matching words and matching phrases, count the days because battle might be done, but the war is well on its way. On your lips, alright, now fill it up. Drink it down, know it's sealed with a kiss. Oh, I know just what you're thinking, and you know it wasn't me. Oh, I know just what I'm thinking, and maybe you'll finally see. It's the poison we forget. It's behind you to remind you how little you will be missed. Saving faces, situations very similar to this. Now find out how quickly your words will be displayed. Yes. Ooh, you are dismissed. Oh, I know you feel it too. Now I'm watching you take your home, and it looks more like a grave. It's just a theory, so I'm told there will be nobody left here to save you. Well, ask me, it's a matter of fact. Well, the fact of the matter is, it's just a matter of time. Oh, there will be nobody left here to save you. You never know it, but the end will leave you breathless and broken. Don't you change, no, don't you make it seem like you could care now, but don't believe a word you say. Now I'm watching you dig your hole, and it looks more like a grave. It's just a theory, so I'm told there will be nobody left here to save you. Well, now I'm watching you dig your hole, and it looks more like a grave. It's just a theory, so I'm told there will be nobody left here to save you. Well, ask me, it's a matter of fact. Well, the fact of the matter is, it's just a matter of time. Oh, there will be nobody left here to save you. There will be nobody left here to save you.
And then they started touring They got on fucking Warped Tour. They did like they actually like got out for a while. You know what I mean? They actually became something, and it's like it was just so fucking cool to see that happen.
Yeah.
But they're like kind of like I wouldn't say pop punk. They were a little more polished, I guess, than like what I would call pop punk. But they were like just like a pop rock band, I guess. You know, I don't know, like.
No, I've seen them quite a few times. They played it like high amp all the time. Exactly how you said it. This band got brought up on the podcast last week, and I was good friends with them, especially like Danny and Dylan. And that's Most Ill or whatever. And we played with them quite a bit back in the day. Became real tight with them, partied with them a lot. Got into shit with them a lot. Had a lot of fun. But man, like, I remember watching them play for the first time, and like, Dylan was like a maniac.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first times I felt like threatened by like lead singer syndrome, and like him doing this wild shit, and, like hitting himself in the head, like blood's like fucking squirting out. He's doing whatever. I'm like, dude, I just kind of sing and move around. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But he's like the nicest, like most like gentle guy, like to people that is, I don't know, in my realm, and to people that deserve it. He's always been genuine and sweet. It's just like when he was in performer mode or like getting it in is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I think anybody would attest to it that went to those shows back then. It fucking Most Still fucking threw down like every fucking show. They were amazing.
I knew Dylan before Most Still, like the Chris, the guy that I was telling you that gave me the Beyond All Hope burnt CD or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when we were in high school, me, Chris, and Dylan would always hang out over at Chris Reiner's house and fucking watch fucking Misfit videos on fucking on the home computer, like not even on
fucking watching Brains or whatever. Like yeah. Yeah, we would do that shit too. And then like Possessed Escape, when I see song, they're like, this song's fucking cool, like, you know. But yeah, man, I fucking love Most Still. I love a lot of their lyrics back then. I think they still resonate a bit today. Just about like fucking having enough, dude. About trying to get through and shit. And it's still a good band, still good lyrics, still good message.
Yeah, I still talk to
check them out.
Dwayne.
They're on Spotify, all that shit. So
yeah, I still talk to Dwayne all the time, man. Dwayne looks good now. Have you seen him?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, he's their drummer. He lost a lot of weight, man. He looks like he's in good shape, man. It's good to see it. So we got another band called The Nightmare Affair. Now these
That's
guys,
a cool name.
they
It sounds
just,
like a wrestling faction.
yeah. Well, they just re-released
Nightmare Collective or whatever.
Their CD. They just re-released it. I don't know if there's actually any still available, but I'm kind of partial to this band. Their guitar player, Fresh, is my guitar player in Ghost Home. But before
Blazing, man.
before that, dude, they fucking like before like me and Fresh have always been like friends or whatever. But like those guys, they went on tour a lot and stuff like that. Their singer was from like Indiana. And we all lived in this big ass house. It was like me, Nathan Workman, Pip, and we lived in this big house, and the Nightmare Affair would practice in our basement sometimes. And, like we'd be like this. It was just weird, like timey, like mathy, like kind of just like metal. But like it was before. That shit was like...
It was like 2008, 2009, or even before that.
Yeah, it was...
That sounded like, yeah.
But, like, those guys are... Like, I don't listen to much of that kind of shit anymore. It's just... But, like, when I heard them, I was like, yo, this is, like... This shouldn't make sense, but it does. And I think it kind of not making sense made it more like chaotic or whatever, and made it sound cool to me or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I was really fucking like them. Bass player did vocals, Fresh, and this dude Dave shredding on guitar. They were a good band, dude, and they did a lot of touring and stuff, and it was really cool whenever me and Fresh kind of reconnected, and he's in Ghost Home now, which is another, that's another cool little tidbit or whatever. But he's way too good of a guitar player to be playing music with me. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but hey, he's having fun. That's all. That's all that matters, I guess.
You just play so good, dude.
That next on my list, called Choke AD. Now, these guys aren't. They're not old. They're actually. They started, Ghost Home and Choke AD played our first shows together. So they started right at the time we started. And two of them, Ian and Zach from Agency, used to be in this band. And
what?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Hey, if we can't use Agency as our top,
right?
In our
you found
bands,
the loophole.
I found the loophole, dude. But dude, they're just cool, like shoegazy type kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But like they have parts that are a different kind of heavy. You know what I mean? Like they're not like gonna make you fucking throw down in a pit or some crazy shit. Yeah. But like it's just a different kind of heavy. And their lyrics, man, like if you look up their lyrics, like they're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, man? Because it's not just like, wow, my girlfriend doesn't like me. You know what I mean? It's like that you can tell they're actually like thought out, and yeah, it's cool.
I did everything I could for you, Shirley. There's no way ever in my fucking life I've never done you wrong. I couldn't fucking imagine why the fuck. What the hell could I do so bad? I just never fucking want me again. Tell me that I didn't love you more than you did me. Tell me one time.
And then, of course, you know, I'm a big sucker for vocalists that are drummers, right? So before Ian joined the band, their vocalist was their drummer, and I guess I don't know, he didn't want to do that anymore, or
it's weird that like you just got a drum set too, like what's going on? Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. It was, but I love that shit. I love to see that kind of shit. And then we played with them and we saw them, like, because I got, when we got put on the flyer with them, you know, I always check out the bands we're playing with. It's just, you know, and then I heard them, I was like, dude, this shit is so fucking good. And then you know, at the show I saw them and they were just as good live, loud as fuck, like just the,
like lo and behold,
like
they are
live,
that good. Like
yeah, the live show for that kind of stuff is exactly the way you want it to sound, if that makes sense. Like exactly like the exact way you want that, like shoegazy fucking just like post grunge shit to sound is exactly how they sounded, and it was fucking sick, man. I still listen to it. I go back and listen to it.
That Beckley scene has a real good like grasp on that kind of like that kind of sound, like scape or whatever, like going on, like Sweet Tooth has a little bit of that going on. Being able to listen to Jane Jett has a little bit of that going on. And it's all done in like a very like authentic and like reasonable way, not just like not just like, oh, this sounds like it's from the 90s or something. It's like it's like their way of doing it or whatever. Very cool. I hope it like catches on overall and people are like, hey, like this is like this Beckley whatever scene sound or whatever.
Yeah,
like this.
yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
like how all the bands, you know, they're like, oh, that's the New York hardcore sound. That'd be badass.
Yeah,
like, that's the Beckley West Virginia sound.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be all of West Virginia, but it'd be like their own like little collective or whatever. Like that'd be cool for them. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Be like, I know those guys that came up with that Beckley sound or whatever. But yeah, Choke AD is badass, by the way. I don't know him too well. I guess like you seem to know him. They've like messaged you and stuff about possibly being on the podcast. But this one to me and to us was a big deal, like Holden Caulfield or whatever. And they got on that like level of the touring and getting out. Like I think they're on a label and shit like that. And
yeah.
Playing with cool bands and doing all this cool shit, and they had this like, you know, the positive mindset. They're doing that kind of stuff, and like seeing that, which we spoke about it before. Like some singers, like it's hard to like do that like kind of talk in this like very pertinent and like people like buy into it because you're like, what's this motherfucker talking about? Like,
yeah, dude. Like, if it's anyone besides Dan, you're like,
he was able to do that real well. Like,
yeah.
And that was really cool to see. I've also seen him like do cool shit at shows, like fucking straight up break up fights and stuff, and like just from being like, hey or whatever. And it was like, it was not the funny, just like parting the sea out there. Like people are like, all right, yeah, fucking Dana said not to. It's really cool. So I'm glazing a bit here, but I've always had mad respect for him. Always loved him a lot. And I think we played one of their last shows ever too. Like it was one of our March Madness shows in Ravenswood. One of the ones had 300 to 500 kids at it or whatever, and like they were part of that. So that was really cool for us and probably for them too. Like I don't know if we ever told them like they're a big part of why or how we got to where we were, and like seeing them do stuff.
Dude, I think they're a big part of why a lot of people even like, started bands around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kids would go to the shows and be like, "Yo, man, we could do this."
In a trail left behind me and a smile on
They made you believe in it, like the possibility to do it, especially not being like the greatest musician or whatever, just having the heart and the want and the hunger or whatever, and desire to do it. And yeah, so I mean that's very influential. Like every like state or town or scene kind of needs those kind of bands that like you know, you see it happening from like or whatever. So it's like okay, it is possible. Like you were talking about with scenes from a movie. They were kind of the same thing for some people in that kind of vein. And Holden was that way for like people in this kind of vein, like the more hardcore style or whatever, like traditional hardcore. And yeah, man, I don't know. I love them. All of Nuclear Future loves them.
My last band, a band called FEVERWAR, dude. Those motherfuckers, they're just fucking straight up rock and roll, dude. I watched those guys literally grow up from children, like literally fucking children. Like Jeff was like probably like 12 the first time, you know, I met those guys. I was in a band, and they'd come see us play and shit like that, and then watch them like gradually, you know, they all started a band, and it was called Goodbye Utah, I think, and they just played just your typical like metalcore of that time, you know, just the you know what I mean, just the like fucking boring type shit, like, whatever. Yeah, that kind of shit. And then they got better and better and changed their name, and like now and then fucking like straight up like but I don't know if they actually like, because I was in a band called Missing in Maryland, and they'd come to all our shows, and then they started a band called Goodbye Utah. I don't know if it had anything to do with each other. But no, dude. And then they grew up, and there is a fucking perfect band called FEVERWAR. Like they were. I don't want to compare them to Every Time I Die because they weren't quite as like edgy, I guess. You know what I mean? Like they were in that same realm, played just like the rock and roll fucking riffs, and as they progressed, they just turned into what I would call just a fucking a good fucking rock band is what they were.
I think that is the natural progression a lot of times.
They slowly dropped the whole like metalcore thing little by little and found their own. They found what they wanted to sound like. Because they weren't, like I said, they were in the same vein as Every Time I Die, but they were their own fucking shit. They didn't. Yeah. You could tell they weren't trying to be Every Time I Die. It just kind of. That's how the riffs were like the same style or whatever. But
right.
Like, dude, like they were just such a good fucking band, dude. They're great. Jeff plays drums in a band called Massing now. They're like kind of a pop. I don't know how to describe. They're just like a pop band. I mean,
I like pop.
Just,
you know that.
Yeah, man. I wasn't saying it in a bad way, but like they're just like.
And Nuclear Future, Ohio River pop. That's what we are. So.
I just didn't know how to describe it, but they're good for what they do, man. They're actually one of the most popular bands right now in that area. Massing is. I mean, there's indie pop bands. There's indie pop bands. There's pop bands. There's indie bands. Like,
let's just get to the real facts here. There is no labels anymore. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Nuclear Future, Ohio River pop, like I just said. New thing. We came up with it. We're not skate punk. We're not hardcore. We're our own thing.
We're West Virginia piss core.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we are. I don't like to be called heavy hardcore because that puts me in the mind of like gym shorts, flat bill, like weird chin strap. I'm gonna kick your ass. Like
yeah, I never liked that shit. Like that was our era of like playing and stuff. Like that was it, dude. Like
yeah, shit
I did not like it. I'm not that guy. I never was. So that was hard to deal with a bit. But somebody said that like Agency, they described them as black and hardcore. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever fucking heard. Like,
yeah,
black and hardcore, like that's fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah, that's sick.
And it's gonna be a mix. All right, this is my last one or whatever, but it's gonna be a mix of Black Lung and T.S.L.U. because I do think T.S.L.U. albums are on Spotify. So T.S.L.U. is Paul Limley, my bass player, Houston McIntyre, and Aaron Patterson, 3-piece from Ravenswood. And Black Lung is Chris Randolph, fucking Nathan Miller. Fuck, who else was in that band? Other people were in that band, all right? I'm bad with names, all right? And those two bands are, like, so influential to me, even though I never watched them play. Like, they were playing 95, 96, 97. Graduating from high school, they all joined like the military and stuff like that, like went away. And but what they started around that time was the NYA shows, booking shows around here, doing this stuff. So even though I wasn't a part of it, I definitely benefited and gained from it. Like Nuclear Future wouldn't be Nuclear Future. I wouldn't have had the shows to go to without them doing that around this little area or whatever. Now, stylistically, like T.S.L.U, I liked a lot when I was like younger.
What's that stand for?
The Snotty Little Upstarts.
Oh, okay. Did you say that already?
No.
Oh,
they're like heavily, and you'll hear it if you listen to them because Black Lung doesn't have anything out on streaming or anything, but it's very heavily inspired by like Sex Pistols, Clash, like English like punk rock.
Okay, got you.
It's good. Like it is really good for that time. They pulled it off, but Black Lung was more the like skate punk band. Like they had the more Green Day Rancid sound. And there's one tape that kind of floats around Ravenswood that you might hear someday if you're around, and you'll be like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" And it's like, "Oh, that's Black Lung. Like that's Chris Randolph and Nathan." I was like, "What, dude? This shit is awesome. Like, why didn't they do anything with this?" It's like, Yeah, they graduated high school and joined the military or whatever, because that's what you do. Like, they're both bands from here. They just played two different, way different sounds.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then it started like a whole thing of all of us, like at the park, and you know, fucking a well-known faction, fucking Nuclear Fusion.
Wasn't Bo in that band?
Bo was in that band.
Okay.
AC Slater, like all these bands that were like coming up when we were coming up, like that wouldn't have happened without them. Like NYA shows wouldn't have happened without them. Like fucking holler general shows wouldn't happen without that. And like, so just like with Holden Caulfield, everywhere like needs a catalyst or like a thing, like a blueprint. It's like, okay, if they can do it like this, I can figure out how to do it a little bit further, do it better, all that stuff, man. So that's my band is a mixture of Black Lung and T.S.L.U.
Oh yeah. All right, man.
Gay.
Gay.
Fucking sucking off my bass player now, dude.
I was just looking to make sure this shit was still recording, man. It was making me nervous for a minute because I had my list up over it, so I had to like be like, oh shit, man. I hope this thing's still good.
I'm glad you fucking better safe than sorry though, right? So
yeah.
All right, dude.
Well, shit. All right, buddy. Well,
thanks for all the bands that we named. They inspired us. They're friends with us. They're cool with us. We love their music. They helped us, I don't know, become this. So, thank you. Here's some flowers from us and some of our our bands and stuff like that today, because you guys deserve it. You guys are good. If you want to come back, you can always come back. You can always come back.
You can always come back, man. We're here to welcome you.
Yeah.
Except Nightmare Fair, because then Fresh would have to quit the band.
Huh?
I said except Nightmare Fair, because then Fresh would have to quit my band. So that I hope they don't come back.
Or Nightmare Fair just becomes Ghost Home and kicks you out eventually. Like a fucking hostile takeover slowly. Like, wait a minute, this is looking like Nightmare Fair, and fucking get hit in the head. But yeah, you can always come back. Fucking Holden Caulfield. Once again, I don't know if False Prophet's still playing or not. Come on back, dude. Water's fine. NCF did it. And we weren't nobodies back then. We're not anybody now, but we like doing it. So, yeah.
All right, man. All right.
Peace. Later.
Later, bud.